Hi, I'm Zach, and this is Challenger Vedic Astrology and Tarot. Welcome to the channel. So, today we're talking about Jaimini alternative ascendants, when to use them, and how to use them. And if you like this video, be sure to like and subscribe. It really helps out me in the channel. To be notified whenever I release a new video, be sure to hit the bell icon and select all. And if you'd like a Vedic Sidereal birth chart, a personal tarot reading, or an astrology consultation, the links to those will be in the description box and the comments below. And if you'd like to donate to help support the channel, the links to those will be in the description box as well. Alright, so today we're talking about alternative ascendants. So the ones that we're going to be talking about today are the Karakamsha Lagna, the Swamsha Lagna, and the Upapala Lagna, and then the Aruda Lagna. So, fitting 4 of these into this video, I'm going to show you how each of them is formed through an example, just Prashna chart. And yeah, let's dig right in. Okay, so here we have our example Prashna chart of the moment. On the left, we have the birth chart, and on the right, we have the Navamsa chart. Now, these are going to be important for 2 of the dashas that we're going to be looking at. Alright, so let's start with those, since we're going to be talking about those the least, but they are important to talk about. So, first off, let's use the one I used the very least. So this is the Swamsha Lagna. Now, the way you find this is you have to look at the planet with the highest degrees, the Atmakarka, the Soul Significator in Jaimini. So, in this case, it would be Jupiter. So, you're going to look in the Navamsa chart what sign Jupiter goes in. Okay, in this case, Leo. And you would make Leo the ascendant of this Navamsa chart. Now, when you do that, you're able to read a person's spiritual path in life. Now, like I said, I usually don't use this chart. I prefer looking at the Parashari method for spirituality, personally. But this is one way to look at this. Okay, now I'm going to set this back to the ascendant. Now let's talk about the Karakamsha Lagna, which I find a little more interesting. So, Karakamsha Lagna is found by, once again, looking at the Atmakarka. So, Jupiter. So, Jupiter is in Leo, in the Navamsa. Now, you're going to use that same sign in the birth chart now. So, we make Leo the ascendant. So, what is so important about this? Well, now that we've made Leo the ascendant in the birth chart, you can read a person's entire life through this ascendant. The planetary lords through houses, which I'll be making a video on soon. I know I haven't discussed that yet, but we'll get there. I probably should have started there, but we'll get there. Now, you can read a person's entire life through this. This Karakamsha Lagna is very important. It's just as important as the ascendant, and reading the chart from there. Now, a special thing with the Karakamsha Lagna is the 5th house. The 5th house from the Karakamsha shows a person's skills that they are bringing in this life, their innate abilities. Now, you determine this by the planets that are in the 5th house and any planet that aspects the 5th house. But this isn't through regular Parashari aspects. This is through Jaimini aspects, which are sign-based aspects. We'll talk about those later. I just wanted to show you the chart and why it's important first. Okay. So, I made the ascendant, back to where it belongs. Now, let's go to a bigger screen for me to show you the next 2, since we don't need the Navamsa anymore. Okay, so for the next ones, we're going to be talking about those Jaimini padas I mentioned in the previous video. So, with this, we're first going to talk about the Upapada. So the Upapada Lagna is when you're trying to find out a person's ability to get married, the qualities of their spouse, and how their marriage will be. So for this, you look at the 12th house. Because 12th house is 6th from the 7th house. Meaning it's the obstacles to getting married. It's the conflict with the spouse, of the spouse. So, it's very important to look at the 12th house. Now, with this, you're going to look where the 12th lord goes to figure out the pada of the 12th house. So in this case, it's Sagittarius. Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter, and Jupiter's in the 5th house. So, this means Jupiter has gone 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 houses away from the 12th house. So now, to get the pada of that 12th house, we have to count 6 more places from Jupiter. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So the pada of that 12th house becomes the 10th house, the sign of Libra. So then you're going to make Libra the ascendant. This is how you see the Upapada Lagna. The Lagna that's all about marriage in Jaimini Astrology. And with this, you're going to look at any planet that sits in the Upapada Lagna, in the sign of Libra in this case. You're going to look at planets that aspect it through Jaimini sign aspects. Okay. Now let's talk about the Aruda Lagna, which is my personal favorite of these to use. Okay. So, the Aruda Lagna is found by looking at where the first lord goes and the pada of the first house. So, the first lord, in this case, it's a Capricorn ascendant. We look at Saturn. Saturn goes into the 2nd house. So, 1, 2 houses away. Then you're going to count 2 more houses away. So, 1, 2. We get Pisces, the 3rd house. So, what's so important about this? And you can apply this to the Upapada as well. The Aruda Lagna is how the world perceives you. It's how the world sees you. The people that don't know you very well. What are you like to them? Do they see you as a terrible person? Do they see you like you're a saint? Or do they just see you as somebody just trying to get by? These are the kinds of things that you can see how people perceive you in the world. So in this case, this fictional person, or I guess a real person if they were born at this exact time and place, we see Pisces in the 3rd house. So, 3rd house is media, communication, sales, marketing, travel. So we see this person will be viewed as this great communicator, but also as this very unorthodox communicator, very foreign because of Pisces and Rahu. People won't think this person communicates in the normal way. Maybe this person communicates a foreign language, where they live. Maybe they're from a foreign place, so their language is foreign to most of the people that live around them. You could see things like that with this. But now we're going to make this the ascendant. Okay. So, the Aruda Lagna, the Aruda ascendant. How the world perceives you. Okay, so with this, we now see, Pisces with Rahu sitting there. We see this person could travel to foreign lands, live in foreign lands. we see that their life will be about that combination of the third house and the sign of Pisces. That's how people in the world will view this person. Maybe they're a fantasy writer. They write about other worlds. You could see that as well with this. Now, you read this just like you do the birth chart, and it'll give you incredible details. Now, will it give intimate details, like, how this person's marriage would be? What's their thought process? No, for that you would look at other things. But their public, appearance, how the public views them, for that it's very important. Also, you can even read transits from this and see, what the public thinks you're going through at that time. If you have planets transiting in the first house, like Saturn or Jupiter, maybe people think, you're dealing with some health issues. You could be personally fine for the most part. Maybe you just went to the hospital once. But those are things that you can see with this. Okay, so I just wanted to show you all these alternative methods of looking at a person's life. And can this rat's nest of astrology be confusing to dig into? Yes. Which is why I don't often use a lot of these techniques. But are they techniques that work? Yes, absolutely. They, especially the ones that I've really delved into, the Karkamsha Lagna, the Aruda Lagna. Yes, definitely, they're important to look at and use. And really it comes down to stylistic preferences, which you prefer using. But also, it's about the right tool for the job. Okay, but I just wanted to show you all these. Hopefully you all enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to like and subscribe. Really helps out me in the channel. To be notified whenever I release a new video, be sure to hit the bell icon and select all. And if you'd like a Vedic Sidereal birth chart, a personal tarot reading, or an astrology consultation, the links to those will be in the description box and the comments below. And if you'd like to donate to help support the channel, the links to those will be in the description box as well. Alright, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one.